Yeah, man.
Hey, what's up, boy? Hey, if you over here anytime in my area, stop by my house. I want you to check this van out there sometime.
Oh, what's wrong, man?
It's doing the same thing. You know, it cranks like it cranks, but it cranks sometimes. Sometimes it cranks. Sometimes it cranks. And I just can't figure this shit out, man. It's been doing it since I had it, and I don't know what it is. You know, we put that tip on there. I still can't figure out what it is. And I took the what's name off of it. You know, the what you call it, the tracking device. I thought that would have something to do with it. That ain't got nothing to do with it.
So what is the van doing? You turn the key and nothing happens?
It just clicked.
Oh, that's not cranking. Okay, so it's not cranking. You're just clicking. You should.
It's just clicking. Yeah, it cranks. It cranks. But you know, it clicks. You know, it's like, you know, like just take it from now. I'm at the stove. It'll click. It takes maybe 4 or 5 times to turn the switch before it turn over.
Well, yeah, man, that you getting power to the starter. The starter just not engaging. The solenoid just not engaging the starter to the flywheel to start the car.
Right.
Yeah, you can't have a starter going whack on you.
I'll check the starter. Ain't nothing wrong with the starter.
How do you check a starter? The starter, listen, a starter looking for 12 volts on the solenoid. Once you get to 12 volts, it's going to pull the armature out to start the car. Now, if it's not pulling, if you're getting the click, you're getting the 12 volts. Okay, let me put it like that. You turn the key and you hear a click. That means, yes, the 12 volts is getting down there. The starter just not starting the car.
I went to AutoZone. They checked the alternator and they checked the starter. And they said everything was good.
But you can, again, on the starter, you can only check for how much draw the starter pulling. They can't really check if the starter is getting power supply or not getting power supply.
So it could be the starter, huh?
Yeah, if you're getting the click, that's how we diagnose starter. If we're getting the click, we're like, well, damn, it must be the starter because the power is getting down now. Now, had we not getting no click, then, yeah, you got a lot of diagnosing to do because no click means no power supply getting down now. In some cases, that depends on the condition of the solenoid of the starter. You know, if it's not that bad. So,
if you're in the area, man, if you're in my area, just stop by. Let me know when you're there.
Going.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Ah, come on, man. Don't say that.
I don't understand it, man. This is how this can't figure it out.
It's cranking now. That one main ground wire that right there that's always give people problems. Yours seem tight.
I'm busy, baby. What? Go play, okay?
This is not a good sign. But
Go play now. Go play.
make me do something. So when you turn the key, you was getting just a click. I'm gonna scan it anyway, see if the computer pick up any code.
I don't know what that's about.
What kind of noise?
Doing the same.
I didn't freaking remember.
This van been doing it ever since when I bought it. Making that noise. And I brought it to you because it kept doing it till it finally broke down on me, and I towed it. And I towed it down there to the shop.
Well, what's going on? You go 6 months without it doing it again or something?
No, it'll do it like once a month, but now it's been doing it like back to back. Whatever it is. There's something going on with it.
How'd you, wherever it was you were stranded, how did you you just kept turning it until it started?
No, when I got stranded, it just kept turning until it wouldn't do nothing.
I'm saying you kept turning the key until it finally caught?
Yeah.
Until the starter finally caught. What else explains power getting to the...
I don't think it could be a shortage or something. You need to do something like move.
We gonna go for a ride.
Drive up there to the store and cut it off and see what they're gonna do.
So you think it got some do when you drive it?
That's what they've been doing. See what they're doing for you. Something ain't right, man. Right, this. I want to buy a car, but I don't.
Right, I understand what you're saying. I'll be back. All right, guys, that's where we're at. Okay, intermittent no start. Now, y'all remember this van? It's the one I came over, me and my little helper. No, that time we put on, watch this video right here. We put on a oil filter adapter housing. He had an oil leak. But I came over prior, see, it's 170,000 miles. Prior to that repair, I came over. That's what I say, guy. He had a problem with no crank, but he was saying no start. All right, watch this video right here where I came over and put a tip him on because his complaints, guys, we have got to get these complaints right. A no crank and a no start is two freaking different things. They're not the same, and that could easily throw a mechanic off. My man having no intermittent no crank issues. You can't tell a mechanic, especially a good mechanic that, you know, thinks things out. All right, I consider myself a decent mechanic. I think things out. Okay, when you tell me your car will not crank, I'm going, when you tell me your car will not start, in my mind, I'm thinking the car is spinning over, but not catching. No! So, guys, heed my warning. When you're dealing with your DIY mechanics, not DIY guys that just work on your own stuff, mechanics, there are some DIY mechanics out there. The secret or the most important thing you can try to pull out a customer is the complaint. A decent, accurate complaint, guys. No crank and no start is two different things. Now, I don't even know what I'm doing. He want me to drive it to see if it happens. How the hell me driving this car gonna get it to no crank? That has no bearing, but you know, you can't like say that to customer. It's a mental thing to some customers. They like, especially when they frustrated, guys. I understand. I've been there. I am not belittling the guy or laughing at him by any means. I understand his frustration. All right, but like he under the impression if I drive it, it'll stop cranking. No, that has nothing to do with it, guys. Unless it's like a temperature type thing where once it get hot, it may stop cranking. But it all starts with an accurate complaint. Turn out all along his whole complete problem was no crank issue. Now, due to what I was told, no starting, that's why he got a new tip him. And in fact, I was contemplating adding a relay kit to it because I thought he was saying it just spins over and not catch. Yeah, I know the history on this 2012 minivan. Problems with the tip him include no fuel pressure. Not that the fuel pump is bad, it's the fuel pump is not getting signal to run. That signal comes from the fuel pump relay. However, there is no external fuel pump relay on this vehicle. It's built inside the TIP'em. So some of the repairs we was doing was removing that circuit, all right? Installing an external fuel pump relay. That's what we was doing to combat that. Instead of replacing a $700 to $1,000 TIP'em, we would simply add a fuel pump relay, an external fuel pump relay, all right? That is a successful repair for an accurate, successful, or accurate complaint. The complaint has to justify the repair. All right, I'm ranting. I don't mean to rant. My man, real good dude. He just frustrated. I understand. But if I can't duplicate this, I can't duplicate. Now, one thing of concern that's bothering me is that connection. Okay, yes, you can't have shitty poor connections at your battery. That's just a no-no when it comes to no start and no crank. Guys, the connection has to be on point. All right, let me start. Turn the key. See, over the phone, I let y'all hear that complaint. I let y'all hear our discussion over the phone. There you go. It actually, guys, y'all see that? I actually got it to do it. He's right. See that? My man. See, I'm gonna scan this thing and see if there's any codes. He do not want to waste money on a starter, but a click is, a mechanic are under the assumption that power is getting to the starter on clicks. That's true, guys. Power supply is headed to the starter solenoid. There's a solenoid on top of every starter. That is what's engaged the armature to the flywheel to allow for cranking. All right. If you get that click, that power supply made it there. All right. It's just the starter at that point not allowing you the starter to crank the engine over. Let me go back and tell him I actually got it to do it. Now, right there. Y'all heard that? Ooh. Wow. Okay, my man got a serious problem. Yes, I got it to do it. Let me go back. It wasn't because I drove it, guys. If we just sat there and did it a couple of times, we would eventually been able to duplicate. Let me go back and tell him what I think is going on. I want to scan this thing also, guys. All right, I got to head back. I don't want to record while I'm driving. I don't know this stretch of town. So let me go back and explain to him what's up. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. All right, I am pulling back in. He will be delighted to find out I actually got it to do it. All right, guys, let's get it.
Did he do it?
Yep. Like 3. What you mean good?
I ain't want y'all to think I'm crazy.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I never thought you was crazy.
It's been puzzling me, man.
Yeah.
You know, I be wanting to go out of town, man. We want to.
Yeah, yeah. Especially your family in here.
Yeah, man. There it go again.
Mm-hmm. See, the thing about that's like I say, that click insinuate that starter is trying, man. You might not have no choice, but a starter $100.
Yeah,
Get you,
tell me that.
yeah, get you a starter, man. And
But see, what I'm thinking about is, I ain't gonna bring it back to the dealership because I know they put one on there though. But it's supposed to be on the warranty, but I'm not gonna worry about it.
You sure? If it's on the warranty, is it still on the warranty?
Yeah, it's on the warranty.
Well, get it.
Just take it back down there.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yes.
It's on the warranty.
Yeah, and again, another well, I can get you one of those. That ain't no big deal. It's just the positive post that's supposed to go on it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that's calls for the car. It's a special one that calls for the car.
Okay. Yeah, I just, I've been dealing with this for some. When I bought the car, man.
Do that.
When I bought it to y'all, they couldn't figure it out. It was doing the same thing. I turned down the trip going to Tennessee, man. I mean, it's a good running van, but just shit. Yeah,
the correct one for this is going to be just like this.
Okay.
And it makes for a good connection. Okay, not saying, school engineer, they told me to stay clear of the add-on aftermarket stuff. Just go with it. Good part about it is you can do it on our older cars. You can't replace the terminal. You have to get the whole engine harness.
Oh, okay.
So get the exact terminal that calls for the positive side.
So you're gonna supposed to see about the starter?
Yes.
Okay.
Get your whoever installed the starter. The connections at the starter gonna have to be on point because it's the only way it's gonna bolt up.
I'm gonna call in the morning. If they said no, and I'm gonna call you. Would you try me to put it on?
Where's that damn starter? Right there in the front. Yeah, I had to take it to Brothers Motor because it had to go in the air. I can't do this one on the ground.
I got you.
So I don't know, but because I had to go to this shop, I got to find out his rate. But I can tell you it's nowhere near the rate. So I had to get with him and ask him.
I got you. So you that's what you think I need to do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, but I owe you for coming over here.
Oh, I was in the area.
Sure?
Yeah,
All
I was in the
man.
area,
I
man.
appreciate it.
All right, man.
So you said starter, right?
Yeah, I want you to go with a starter.
Okay.
So.
That'll work.
All right, man.
I appreciate it.
You good? Alrighty, guys. Okay. Alright, guys. It looks like I'm gonna have to turn that job over to Brothers Motors. Typically, like I did before, I did most of his work right here in the parking lot. We're in an apartment right now, complex. Ooh, they gotta get that cleaned out. So I did most of his work out here, but I can't do a starter out here, guys. The car has to go in the air. So Brothers Motors, it is. Look at Amazon driving crazy. Shame on them. They gotta do better than that. And so guys, with shops comes overhead. So you can't get the little rinky dink. Like I charged them pennies to do that oil filter adapter housing, and that tip them. Pennies compared to what shops there comes overhead. My man, Brothers Motors, we have overhead. We got rent to pay on the bill and things like that. So all of that's understandable. But even with all that, it's still nowhere close near to what a huge facility. I'm not gonna pick on the dealer and dog them out, but it's nowhere near the price you would get from somewhere else. So, but like I say, guys, I understand my man's frustration, but we're gonna get it handled. Hopefully, if I do it, I'm gonna check all the ground points, and I'm just gonna install him a real good positive post. Guys, I gotta go. This video is too long. That's all I have. I was in the area, dropped by to check on my man. He called me frustrated. Y'all heard the phone call, so we'll see from there, guys. Stay tuned, man. I appreciate y'all watching these videos, man. Y'all know, man. Hey, that's what it's all about, man. Thanks for watching, guys.